I'm Ariana Grande.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Erivo.
And you're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network.
Visit bpn.fm to discover more.
There's a cat over here. There's a cat over there. And the wrong one died. And the wrong one died.
Welcome to The Wrong Cat Died, the podcast breakdown of the catastrophe. I'm your host, Mike A. Rhomes, and today we have another amazing guest. She is a legend in the Vienna musical theater world and has been in multiple productions of Cats. I'm excited to have her here, so welcome, Denise Jastraunig, and thank you for joining me.
Hello, thank you. I love that name.
How'd I do on the
love
name?
It was really
Did
good.
I get it right?
Yeah.
Okay. We practiced. I was, we're working on it. We're ready to go. I'm thrilled to have you here. Your name came up actually multiple times. I had a couple people message and ask to wanting to hear your cat story. And then also you were in the Andrew Lloyd Webber Legends post that he did. So I want to talk a little bit about that after, but I always like to start at the beginning. So for you, when was your introduction to Cats?
I think it was for most of the people. I had to watch the DVD in school. Yeah.
In school. Okay. So you did watch it. So were you in a dance theater type of school, or is it just play? Because my school never played any Cats growing up. I hear that a lot, and they never played Cats.
It was a sports school actually, because I started playing tennis and also professionally. And then that we had a very nice music teacher, and he just was very into it, and he just wanted us to know the basics. So he showed us Phantom of the Opera and Cats, but I wasn't into it that back then, to be honest.
So you were playing tennis?
I did play tennis, not anymore. I stopped completely.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you were in school for tennis, and then
until I was 16,
watching Cats because your music teacher is obsessed with Andrew Lloyd Webber, it sounds like.
I guess so, yeah. He was.
I love that. Okay, so then you're playing this, competitive tennis. When did you start kind of that pivot to saying, I'm going to do theater?
I was 16, and I wasn't the best at school, to be honest. I mean, it was math, to be honest. So I had to take a few rounds with that in school. It was just one extra round, to be honest. So we had a summer camp, and there you could sing and dance and do some sports. And there was also workshops for singing and dancing. And I never really danced and sang before. I just played tennis. And I actually really liked it. And the organizer of the camp came up to me and she said, well, there's a music company, and they do little musicals for kids and youth stuff. And I just applied for you, and you have to go there, and you're going there with me. And no chance. You have to go there. So there was this little musical, and I played the streets cleaner with one sentence in the whole show. But that made me so happy, being on stage and being with all these people together, and not because it's very competitive, also musical as well, but it's also we were always together, and we do a show together. We build up a show together, and in tennis, most of the time you're on your own, and that it blew me away. I loved it. I started loving musicals. I had an email address called Musical Freak. And since then, my love for musical is just growing every day.
So that was when you started participating and performing. Did you watch, or did you go? Because Vienna has this massive scene. Did you go to shows growing up even while you were playing tennis?
Not back then, no. But when my passion started, I started going. I think I went to Elizabeth at least 18 times. It's not a lot there's some musical fans who went much more.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I've heard some
fans, and they're into it. I mean, amazing, yeah. And I understand it, because it's like with Cats, every show is a different show, and you can always look somewhere else. So I did that when I was 16. I started watching shows and watching stuff that was on in Vienna, and I said I want to work there one day. I want to work there.
Okay. So you're now almost pivoting this journey of you're playing competitive tennis in school, possibly going this professional path, and then all of a sudden you hard pivot to musical theater at 16. So it kind of, later than a lot of people I talked to who started dancing at like 4 or 5 and started doing this there. When did when you saw Cats that first time, seeing it growing like up the VHS, did you ever, like, when you started doing this professionally, being like, that's a show I got to be in? Or was it something that you were like, I don't care at all, or just give me anything? Or like what was the before you got that first audition to Cats, that like journey through?
I never saw myself in that. I watched it and I thought, I wasn't really a dancer. I never danced before. I started dancing when I was 16. It was hard. They wanted me to be able to do so much stuff because, as you said, most of the people start earlier, so they have much more experience. And I was just pushed and being like, yeah, you have to learn it. And I was in a school. Actually, I wanted to be in a different school where you have more acting and singing, but they just didn't take me. So I had to go to another school, which is also a really good one, the Performing Arts Studios Vienna. And there was a lot of dancing, and I had to take extra classes. And I'm not a good dancer still. I'm a very good mover, I have to say, but I'm not a dancer.
But you swung into some dance heavy roles in Cats. Like, you were, as a swing, you had to dance. Like, you couldn't, there's no way around it.
I call myself, I'm a pretty good faker. I can fake it quite well.
A faker.
I can fake it quite well. If you show it in your face, people don't look at your feet. That's what I always say.
I like that. I like that a lot. Show it in your face and no one looks at your feet. So that you're just ignoring the tap numbers.
Oh, dear Lord, the tap number. Oh, God.
Smiling.
That was also a different story because it changed the number. It used to be a different number. It was like more, we don't wear tap shoes and we just pretend. Like when the first time I did it, it was just the easy tap. And then suddenly the Viennese audition came up and I thought, well, I can do that. That's easy. And then they showed us the choreography and I stood there and thought, what the hell is happening? Oh, God. But they took their time and in the end, it was all right, but I'm not a tapper. I can fake it quite well.
Smile. Get him to look at your face and everything. I love it. Okay, I'm going to come back to that though. I do want to talk because I want to talk about the differences between the two productions. But let's go back to the first one. So when you went on, it's marked as the German tent tour. I know it went to a couple other countries. Where was this in your professional journey? Was this was very early on?
It was completely the beginning. Yeah.
The first show.
The first big show. Yeah, I had like some small tours before. To the Night of the Musicals and what did I play as well? Camp Rock, the Disney show. So smaller stuff, but that was like the big first one for me.
Okay. When you auditioned for it, like, again, you're growing up as a tennis player and then all of a sudden you're being cast in one of these, like one of the largest musicals ever that's going on tour. What was that like? Was it an aha, like I made it moment? Like, it has to be pretty validating in this journey for you.
I was shocked also as well because I didn't apply actually. But because I told, we had like an agency in the school and which was one woman. And I told her, this audition is coming up, but I don't see myself in there. So don't even bother putting my stuff there. And she said, okay, well, everybody else wants to go there, so that's fine. And then weeks later, she said, oh, sorry, I forgot. You have an invitation now, so you have to go, I guess. But the funny thing was, it was for the Dancers Call. But I was also invited for the singer tracks. So for Jenny Lorum and Gambi. Jenny and Dot.
Yeah.
And then I went there, and because I was up for those singer parts, Chrissy, I remember that so well. I was in the dancer audition and no chance. Yeah, I faked it, but yeah, you could tell my leg wasn't up there. So she came up to me while everybody was there and she said, darling, do you want to do the Movers Call? It was embarrassing and sweet at the same moment. And I just said, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. So I left the room and had to sing first. And then I did the Movers Call. But it was so nice of her. She didn't have to do that. But then when,
It's called the Movers
Call. Yeah.
It's
Have you
called the
never heard
Movers
that?
Call.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
No, I've
mover.
never heard that. So that's
I'm a mover.
yeah, you're they don't call it the singer's
No,
call.
it's the
It's the
movers
Movers
call.
Call.
Because also, I don't know if you ever saw the choreography of the movers call. It's just a jolly call, cats and jolly cats. Like the thing, it's just that what we dance with this. It's so easy. I'm now showing it to you, but nobody sees it, yeah? But it's really easy. Like, it's so different from what the dancers have to do. So I felt a bit like, oh God, okay, I'm not, I feel like everybody can do that. That's like, you don't even have to be a mover. Yeah. But then, I thought, okay, well, I think I did a good job. And also the music director, I think he liked me because I always brought my folder to auditions back then. And I had like a big folder when I was in Germany. I thought, okay, I bring everything. So you have everything with you. And we spent like half an hour and he just went through all the songs, said, okay, sing that. Okay, sing up there, belt that. Okay, classical. I thought, what's happening? Is that normal for auditions? Because it was one of my first auditions. And then I think 1 week or 2 weeks later, nobody from my school got an offer but me. And everybody hated me.
The one that didn't want to be in it.
Everybody hated me. And I was at home at my mom's place and I got the call. I don't know what I thought, huh? How is it happening? I didn't even want to apply. And now this, I don't really know the show quite well. I think I have to watch the video again. What are these names? So, I was shocked. Positively shocked as well, but overwhelmed as well.
One of my favorite questions it's been a few years from that first rehearsal process. But I'm always fascinated of what you remember from that experience as someone who had seen the VHS or the DVD. But I'm sure you didn't know the whole story. So what was that reaction, or what do you remember from being told, this is what Cats is about? This is what Joey Lorem is singing about. This is what Jenny Aidet's singing about. This is all the things that over 200 plus episodes I've learned about all these backstories and character pieces that are told. What was that for you being in there, again, not really knowing all that stuff going in?
My first thought was, after like a 2 hours session with Chrissy, I thought, well, you could have told me that in 2 sentences what this show is about. Why are we still talking about it? Yeah, but I mean, there's so much like in that story, it. Yeah? So in the end, it did make sense. But I thought, why? It's just everybody's auditioning, So just let them audition, and that's it. And pick one and die and new life. Thank you.
Yeah. Did your cast though get into the characters and stories and all the this could be my sister and this could be my significant other, or is it just kind of a go out there and do your shows and focus on your choreography? Because it seems like there's a mix of that depending on the cast.
I think in the 10 tour we did like a completely workshop with everything, with what relationships could be. And I mean, it's also very open, we were able to decide what kind of sometimes, because the show is pretty open and you can decide whatever you feel connected with which cat or so. But it was different in Vienna then.
Okay.
It felt like we didn't have that much time. And it...
Interesting. In the revival, because this is that was when it came back to Vienna after a pretty significant period of time not being there. And so it was a little bit more rushed, not rushed in the process. This is still a very professionally well put together process, but less time to kind of talk through all those things.
That's
before you
what
went
I
up on
felt.
Stage.
Maybe also because it wasn't new to me, but I felt like people who are new in the family Cats, in the Cats family, I love like cats, they may have needed more information, more background information. That's what I felt. Don't know. But
I wonder if some of that's time, because your first run is on the fringe of social media. like being where it is, not even today, but like where it was in the Vienna revival in 2019, like there wasn't as much conversations about these things happening as vocally, and the cast probably isn't having as much coming to them because you're more of like what in the VHS and the isolation. And in 2019 though, they're alive and well, where there are theories and people talking about it a lot more. So I wonder if that maybe played a part into
definitely
it.
that did play a big part.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for more of The Wrong Cat Died. I want to go back to the first tour, because this is, at this point, like, this show is extremely well known. It's, it's not new, and it has a massive fan base in the Germany, Austria, like that region. What was the audience like reactions like as you're going to these new cities that probably has not had cats in that long for the reception for the show?
We were most of the time we were sold out. That's what I remember. I mean, yeah, it was much more possible to hear what people were thinking, because also I was a swing, and I sometimes sat in the audience and then I heard what people were talking, but most of the time it was like, what is this about? What the hell? Yeah. But of course, there were many people as well who really did enjoy it. And I think people must think now, well, she really hates cats. People, I don't hate cats. I really like cats.
Did you try to answer questions for people that were like in the audience?
No, I would never. But inside of me, I thought, shall I say something? But no, it's okay. I don't want to. Would you have done it?
I do it all the
Really?
time. So I do it every time I go see the show, because especially at intermission, and because most of the time when people are saying something like that, they're still enjoying it a lot. They're just a little confused. And I think back to the first time I saw it, I had the same reaction to those people, which is like, wow, that's incredible dancing. This music is catchy. I don't know, like, I've loved what I'm watching, but I wasn't following everything, especially at intermission. So I usually will jump in and answer and help people. Funny enough, I, as a non-German speaking person, when I watched it in Frankfurt, I was sitting around and everyone's talking. I was like, I have no idea what they're talking. I don't understand them, so I can't help and jump in and be like, what do you need to know? I know everything about this show. But I found that just giving at least the loose plot at intermission to somebody helps them follow the second act a little bit more. Depending on what version you're seeing, of course, like I can't explain Peaks and Pollicles to anybody, no matter what.
That's okay.
No matter where we are in the show. But it does. Like I remember I went to see it in a smaller theater in Pennsylvania, and the guy behind me was hilarious, so confused. And then in the second act, I told him, I gave him the intermission talk, and he was like thrilled. And at the end of the show, he was like, he called me a hero, because he just like loved following it along. But it's got to be hard as a swing though, because like you're in the show, you're watching it for other reasons. You're also being ready to go on if there's an issue. So you have to be like fully ready as you're watching these people kind of go through. And when you're touring, you have the massive fan base, but you also have some like, this is the show that's stopping by this year, so I'm going to go see it, and have zero idea what they're walking into.
But wouldn't it be like a good idea to have something like, I mean, like you as a person sitting there explaining it, but like there are these shows, I don't know what they're called, when they talk before and explain stuff. What are these shows called?
So
you know what I mean?
I don't know what those are. I know what you're talking about. I've seen a few regional theaters put in the playbill like a loose outline to read. So it's like just enough to actually basically answer what I would tell them, because I wouldn't give too much. And I found that to be really helpful. Now, half the people who are asking questions just didn't read that. Yeah. So, but it does like give you this is our interpretation of the version, especially as some of the regional theaters have done some tweaks to the production of like different settings or different things. That's been helpful.
Okay. I don't know.
But it's got to be.
I would rate it.
I mean, at the same time.
I think I would look at the pictures and be like, that is this one. Okay,
well, and they don't, in Europe, they don't give a playbill to everybody, right? Like,
you have to buy it.
American thing.
Yeah.
You have to buy
it.
So that's
a program
also
book,
different.
and it's like with pictures, and it costs like about €15 or stuff.
Yeah. So that would also not help, but Yeah, it's I also think part of Cats is they don't want to tell you. Like there's a little bit of I was told this pretty early on that like the idea of the whole story of Cats is that you're lucky to be able to, that we're letting you see it. Like the Jellicles are allowing you to watch today, and you're lucky to be there. And so part of that story is also like figure it out
It's a
yourself.
mystery.
Like, you shouldn't, like, we don't even let you watch this, but we are tonight.
Yeah, it kind of fits the show. It's a mystery, and solve it yourself. But I don't know if that would be like something that you could help the audience a bit, not being like I show you, but I don't know. I don't know.
Just got to go back multiple times, or sit near me.
Where's he sitting? Where's he sitting? And I have many stalkers.
Yeah.
Do you want that?
No, the Cats because that's, I guess, the people who would need to find me are not listening to this show, and the people that are listening to this show are fans and don't need me. No. You know, like they know the story.
In and out.
I want to hear a little bit about, was this your first time at, like, performing as a swing and having to kind of go on for multiple tracks and being prepared for kind of everything?
First big job, first swing jobs, first tour, all in one.
first all the above. How is, like, as a swing, like, that's to me such an incredible skill set, to being able to be prepared for multiple people. I guess maybe it's not easier, but as a mover, maybe it's a little bit less crazy of like the choreography you have to go.
Much easier.
But you have to be prepared for what harmonies you sing and where you sing and all of those different pieces, and kind of be ready at any moment to go on. How do you prepare? Like, how did you prepare for that, especially early in your career, to be ready for those things?
Well, I don't know. You just have to do it. I mean, you have your Bible, your swing Bible, where you write down everything, and everybody has like a different style of writing it down. I'm a list person. I love writing lists, and so I was actually pretty well organized, I think. I had like for every cat a different color, and Jelly Roll was a J, or Jenny Anydots was a G for Gumby. So different colors where I thought, okay.
As I say, they're both J. They're both J's. So you got Gumby cat. You gotta go Gumby cat. Okay. So, or sometimes like 2 letters for some cats that have same names. Yeah. And then make, like, back then, I couldn't really I didn't do any videos back then. No, like, this was in the new production that was that was easy with videos, you know, and you had everything on the video and just looked it up. Yeah. But back then, you just had to remember, and I think we had one video from the back. And you just had to look for your cat. Okay, where am I going? Where is she going? Was it the left foot? Was it the right foot? Yeah. So I can't really tell. How did I prepare for it? Just we had really good people who taught us stuff. And I don't know if Jo Lucy Rackham was already with you. Was she? No. No. I've definitely met with her. I'm trying to think.
She was our dance captain. She was awesome. She was so good. And then also in Vienna as well. And she knows the show in and out, and every step from every person, and just, she's a machine. So you could ask her anything. And she also helped me a lot with the tapping.
Yeah, we haven't had a full episode with her. I've definitely met her or talked to her through other things, just through different people that have done the show. I want to, so you finish and you do this in 2011. Did you, like, coming back in 2019, you have all these different things in your career between. Was Cats something you ever thought you were going to revisit, or was this a kind of surprise to kind of come back to it? You know, was this 7, 8 years later?
Never really thought about it. But when the audition came up, I thought, okay, I always wanted to work in Vienna. I actually really did enjoy playing Cats. I loved it. And I thought, well, it's 10 years. Let's do a 10 years anniversary and do it again. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. And when I got the job, I was crying because I was so happy I could work at home and at the VBB, which I always wanted to work, and doing Cats as well. And jackpot. Yeah.
And you mentioned a little bit about this, but I want to hear if you remember anything else. But the differences between the production you did at first and the piece. So it sounds like you had to do a much more elaborate tap number.
God.
But were there any other changes that you, like, I guess my question is really, how easy is it to come back in years later of like, there's some muscle memory, you've done this versus wow, this is now actually a little bit different from what we did in the other production?
There was lots of stuff that was the same, and the muscle memory was there. I thought, wow, what is happening? It's been 10 years and I still did know stuff, actually. Well, not everything, but a lot. And different was as well, the tap number was just, out of this world. It was still a lot of fun, but wow. I was proud. I was proud of myself. I was able to do it. But don't cast me as a tapping girl, please, again. Please. I did so many tap shows. I don't know why. People keep casting me for tap stuff. Please don't. Stop.
You're going to go to dance calls now. You're not the mover calls.
What did I want to say? And then as Jelly Lorum, we had Billy McCall. I think was the Billy McCall that we had back then, that number, instead of the aria.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Which was boring.
I've never seen a version with that number.
I wasn't a big fan of that number. It was a very slapstick number.
I've not. I've heard it on albums. I've never seen a version of that production. That's interesting. Okay, so that's a big difference. You did Grizabella though.
In the second, production. In Vienna, I did it.
Yeah. How was your first time going on as Grizabella? Like, that has got to be a moment to sing Memory on the Vienna stage. Like, what was that night like? Yeah,
I was speechless. I thought, wow, I'm Grizabella. What the hell? What happened?
Did you have a heads up though? Like, did you have was this a known thing of like, hey, this is a planned vacation or time off? Or
we had it planned.
I was like, first Grizabella is not a 20 minutes before the show.
If there would have been an accident or something, that would have been all right as well, because to be honest, it's not the hardest part, and she doesn't really do that much.
The princess track for sure.
I had different roles, like Mary Poppins, where I had to go on as Mary. That's different. But it was such an honor to be able to play Grizabella.
It's got to be such a moment of like, you have like all eyes on you, and you do too in Gumby Cat and some of the other moments in the show, but Grizabella. And then did you, after doing that, like, as you said, it's kind of a different track. Was this I want to do this one every time? I get to be on stage for like 15 minutes, belt and leave.
If you get the money and it's fun, why not? Yeah. Actually, I love being a swing. I love have like different tracks and doing different stuff. So if I get sometimes that track, sometimes a bit more dancey. If it has to be a tapping number, then okay, one tapping number time, okay. A bit of classical, a bit of belty. I love that. I love the mixture.
Mm-hmm. With Cats being so early in your career, and you've done a million other things, like you've been in a bunch of amazing shows. How much do you bring some of those things from Cats or some of the experiences? Obviously, there's like the professional experience of like how you're learning to be touring and a swing and doing these shows. But is there anything like Cats feels like such a unique and at some point strange version of theater? Do you carry that into other shows, or is it very much a contract ends, next contract starts, start fresh, prepare
Cats
for a show?
Cats was different, also because it was my first job and it was a tour and hard, 8 shows a week. Did change the way I thought about musicals as well, about the job. It made me also think more about the shows I do, because it was because Chrissy taught us so much about it and told us so much about the backstory. And I thought, how, where? So much that people don't know, that you don't know, and so many musicals do have backstories, but sometimes you ask then the director and you're like, okay, what's the story behind that? And the director's like, I don't know, just do it. So that's so sad. And then you have to do your own backstory, but that's all totally fine. But that's the cool thing about Cats, is that you always ask questions and you always know everything. Like every step makes sense, and everything, every step, everywhere you go, it has a meaning. And it makes sense. And I love that. And that is what I always carry to every show, I think. I'm annoying as hell.
Interesting.
I ask many questions and I want to know everything. And like the 8 shows a week, and the what you do with your body. I mean, I wasn't even a dancer, but like 8 shows a week as a dancer in Cats, I had so much respect for all the people, and had then different respect for all my colleagues, and also that changed a lot. So like that changed everything, that show for me.
Yeah. It is interesting though. Like the story of Cats, it's funny because it's like it feels like at times there's none, and then it's like at the same time everything is so thought through that it's like if you know, it's almost like if you know and you get to watch. And I think that's a lot of the repeatability of seeing the show is that you can watch a different character every night and almost feel like you're getting a totally different show just based on where they're reacting and who they're talking to, or doing their dances with. And I think that's part of why there's fans that see the show so many times. And it depends
on who is playing which part as well. That's also then different, of course, because everybody plays their characters in a different way, which is awesome. I mean, of course, in other shows, you have a bit of possibilities to change it up. But if you're in a Disney show, Mary Poppins is Mary Poppins. You have to,
true.
She has to be the way she is, with a hint of yourself.
Would you so true. Would you revisit Cats if offered again? Absolutely.
In 10 years, ask me again.
Okay. 10 years. Okay.
No, I would go there early as well. Yeah, not for the dancing parts.
The Movers Call. We'll go to the Movers Call.
Number, I'm not sure. Yeah, that was.
I think you gotta just come as Grizabella, just full-time Grizabella.
I'd love that, and I also would love to work with Chrissy again. She's awesome.
Yeah. Sure. What are some of your memories from the show? Like, what are the things that you'll never forget? Either funny stories, experiences, like from either times doing the show.
There is one story I will never forget. A colleague of mine, it was like in the tent tour back then, and a colleague of mine, he played Monkey Straps. Sorry, I fell asleep for a second. The names. He played Monkey Strap, and we were during Peaks and Pollicles, and he had troubles with his tail. I think that the nut opened, and he wanted to just get it off, and he ripped on the tail, and his ass was open. Like he could see his the whole thing open. He had a really nice ass. He has a really nice ass, I guess. I've not seen it since then. But the whole number he had to do and we were, of course, I'm always so happy. I was on stage as well, and we were carrying these hats, of course.
Oh yeah, because
everybody was just laughing so hard.
Oh my god,
and shivering, and it was special. I will never forget.
I'm sure the audience that night also will never forget.
They got extra stuff for their money. A nice ass to look at.
So Peaks and Pollicles can be in different parts of the show. Was that in Act 1 or Act 2? Like, how long did he have to dance with his ass hanging out before he got to go off stage and get fixed?
I think it was just the number, and then he went off. Yeah, it was pretty fast then. But it was, David, bless his heart.
Those stories are always so fun because it's like there's a group of people that probably in the audience knows and probably still talks about it.
Yeah.
And then there's some other people who have no idea that even happened because
he always tried to turn around and not to make people see, but of course then he had to go back and it was so good. It was really good. Yeah. And I was happy it was me.
Awesome.
As well.
Yeah. It's so true. The other thing I wanted to hear a little bit about is being highlighted in that that post from Andrew Lloyd Webber with he put the celebrities that he had in there and you were in there and tagged in there. So what was that? I mean, they tagged everybody and shared it very wide and far. So what was that when that happened? It was recent. What was that moment for you? Did your phone blow up with people? messaging you and asking about
I
it?
got some messages being like, "Did you see what's on Instagram?" And I said, what's happening? Don't know. And I didn't have time. I don't know. I think I had a singing lesson or something. But okay, I'm gonna look at this later. And then like on Instagram, I got so many messages with that post, and I looked at it. I thought, what's happening? I was overwhelmed again. I thought, what an honor. How did he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, of course he does know. He sees on like cast lists who plays what, but why me?
Yeah, I mean all the other things you've done.
Yeah.
I mean in your career. So he has, and then I saw he replied to you too, which is really
and
cool.
I made a mistake writing. I wrote something really stupid. I don't know. There was one word it was embarrassing. I'm like, I know my English is not the best, but yeah, it's
I think what was cool about that is it reminded people from your productions, like the fans too, because that was when I started getting messages more of being like, I saw your performance. I saw you, like, how come, like, have you had her on yet? You know, like that was when it really started to spark. So I think it's like, it was almost a reminder of like, hey, because it's been what, 5-6 years since the revival, and then even more from the other tour. That was like oh yeah, I remember that production. I remember that those experiences.
Yeah, it was cool. It was special. Still is.
Yeah. Is there anything else about, before we do the rapid fire on cats and get to the $1 million question, anything else that we didn't talk about today from your Jellicle journey that we need to have on this show and capture?
Gotta look on my list here because some dates I put in if you ask like dates or stuff, so I know.
Yeah.
No, I think we talked about everything. I mean, it's so funny because my makeup skills, they were zero when I started this journey.
Yeah.
I'm not a big makeup fan. I just love it naturally, and it's a lot of work doing makeup. So when I started this show, I thought, okay, because we had this introduction where the makeup artist does one half of the face, and then she was like, okay, now you do it. And I thought, God, really? You want me to do that now? And the left side, even my bad side. Yeah. And I was really happy because my best friend, he does a lot of drag stuff as well. And he was always really, really talented with that. So he showed me a lot how to do makeup because I was lost. Yeah.
Taught you and
now I'm actually, I love doing it. And it's like, it's like doing yoga, putting on that cat's makeup and getting into the role. And when we had the Vienna production, it was easy. And I taught people, I helped others. So that was cool. Yeah.
It's got to be a part of Cats too, where, I mean, I think other shows like, you know, like you said, Mary Poppins or stuff, you put on the costume and you get into the character, but Cats, it's like you actually transform yourself. So there's got to be this moment of where you look in the mirror and you don't even almost look like you anymore. And it kind of gets you right back into the, like,
just
into the
so
role
into it.
to start your night.
Nothing like that. Like you also put on that special costume and this makeup. It's just the wig, the tail. Oh God, the tail. Always in your way. But
we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back for more of The Wrong Cat Died. Okay, let's do some Cats rapid fire. If you could go on for one night, any cat, male, female, doesn't matter if you can sing it, dance it, but you could go on for one show, who would you want to perform as?
Who do I want to perform as? That's a good question. I mean, a male cat would be nice. Maybe Mango Jerry. Yeah.
Mango Jerry.
I like that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Get the full audience with you and Rumble Teaser watching. Who are your favorite and least favorite cats from a personality standpoint? So like, which one would you really enjoy hanging out with and which one would bug you to hang out with?
I'm the biggest Bomballerina fan.
Okay.
She's, don't know. I think I wouldn't hang out with her. It's just not,
No.
Too beautiful. She knows she's beautiful and shows everybody how beautiful she is. It's annoying. Let her live her life.
Who would be your, who would be your best Jellicle friend?
My best Jellicle friend. Maybe Rumpelteazer. Yeah, Mango Jerry Rumpelteazer. Yeah. I think I could.
Okay, cause a little mischief, have some fun.
And do some stuff that's not allowed. So I
Yeah.
just for fun. Yeah, I like that.
I love it. Favorite song in the show?
All Deuteronomy. Don't know why.
I like that answer.
I just love. I just loved the music. Yeah. And in that, I have a little a small story, like a makeup story. I had to go on during that number. They just told me 5 minutes before, okay, you have to be Gumby, you have to go in now because she's going off. So I had to do like a really quick makeup. And back then in the tent, my makeup, as you know, wasn't that good. So quick makeup, went on stage, and I know it was the we did the steps forward, and I really stepped into the clump with all the guys. Thought this is a perfect timing. But then I saw the people looking at me, and I knew how shitty my makeup looked. And everybody was laughing so hard because it was so bad. Like, the Gumby makeup is not the hardest, but if you do it like really fast and
5 minutes versus the 20.
Lord,
yeah.
We were laughing. And this beautiful song, I felt sorry for it, but yeah. But yeah, I love this song. It's one of my favorites, but also this stories in my heart.
That moment will stick with you. Yeah. I always like to ask one fun one. So which cat do you think would be the best tennis player?
The best tennis player? Good question. I think Skimble.
Skimble, okay.
Because he knows his ways with the trains and knows how everything is built and knows statistics. And I think he would be a really good tennis player. Yeah.
I like that. I was thinking Bombalurina or... Like somebody tall, I want tall. I want
Bombalurina is sometimes a bit lazy. She would be like,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Who would you want as your doubles partner? Still Skimble, or is there somebody that would fit your game better?
My game, maybe. Just thinking of. No, annoying. I'm just going through the now until Jenny would be annoying because she would always be, it's okay. If you make a mistake, it's all right. It's okay. Just go on. No, not happening. And also Gus would always just stand there and would get hit by balls.
Gus wouldn't be able to do it.
Maybe Tentomile.
What about like a
Tentomile? Because she's also fast and everything is very elegant, but still very well planned. And sometimes there's a choreographer standing there, and you're like, oh God, what's happening? So it's a triple, actually.
Yeah. They would know before the ball's coming where it's coming.
See?
With
that is good. Yes. Yeah. So that's definitely my choice.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
The other ones I was thinking about were Tumble Brutus or like an Alonso, just like super athletic and
just before he hits the ball, he does like one of his tricks, and people look at it and then they miss the ball. Perfect. Yeah, it's all really good. Yeah, I like that. Like that question.
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah. My $1 million question. So this whole podcast centers around me not thinking Grizabella was the right vocal choice. Now you've obviously played Grizabella, but as a Joey Lorum, you've really petitioned for Gus. So, but I'm asking for you, Denise, who is your vocal choice and why?
I have to say it is Gus. Still, yeah.
Team Gus.
Do you count how many people said Gus? Do you know how many?
I do.
Do you want to say, or don't you want to say?
No, I'm happy. I actually share the posts with like the updates like every 50 episodes or so. So I can tell you right now, I can look this up because I have it at least somewhat percentage wise. As of today, Grizabella is still 40% of the votes. Gus is 33% of the votes. And then there's a bunch of like a couple here and there for Old Deuteronomy and Mustapheles and Cavity. A bunch of others have a couple votes, but it's really between Grizabella and Gus. So that's the percentages.
Gus is just the obvious choice, I think, for me as well. Because I think
I'm Team Gus.
He deserves it. But also I have a bit of a personal history with that because I played with one colleague. His name was Eric Lee Johnson. He already died. He passed away a few years ago. But he was Gus. He always, like, when you talk to him, he told you stories about when he played in Berlin and when he started playing there. And we always called each other. I called him Daddy, and he said Mommy. We were just really good friends. And for me, if he would have gotten another life, that would.
Yeah, I've always been Team Gus for the same kind of thing of like, it feels like he needs it. Like in it's time. Like he's ready for that. I also, and I guess it depends on the Grizabella productions that you have, but a lot of the Grizabellas I saw when I saw the show in the beginning of seeing it, and more recently, the Grizabellas are kind of younger. They're not like, and they're just, some of that's casting on non-equity tours and stuff like that. But I've always kind of hated the fact of like, you get this welcome back to your family and then immediately sent off versus like, she can be next year's choice.
Yeah.
Like, spend a year with us and then go next year. Send Gus now.
1 year, enjoy us. And then in a year, bye.
Yeah.
And give it to Gus. He deserves it.
Give it to Gus this year. Well, I'm glad to add another tally to Team Gus. Slowly raise that percentage a little bit here. My goal is, I really am hoping at some point I can get Team Gus above Team Grizabella. But right now we got a little ways to go to catch up. But I've joked that this show, the mission is to just eventually get somebody to make one production where the audience votes or somebody else chooses.
Oh my God. Like, what's the show called where you can decide what the ending is?
Edwin Drew.
Yes. Where you can decide how it's gonna end. That would be awesome.
That's what I want. I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
I try every director that tells me they're doing it. I ask, and everyone says if they want to do any other Andrew Lloyd Webber show in their career,
but Lord, so many ends, so many. I mean, yeah.
I think it'd be so fun. And it'd be, the reason I'm like amped about it is I've been to a few shows where I've knew a performer and I told them like, hey, I'm coming to see you. And they're like, oh, this will be a fun one. My entire dance studio from growing up is coming. Or when you're on tour, it's like you hit your hometown and the whole town is coming. And I love the idea that some, not obscure, but a cat that like you probably wouldn't think is going to win will win that night because for that performer and that person gets their spotlight because of their friends and family.
Awesome.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I vote for that. Yes, do it.
Well, if you know anybody that can help me make this happen in the Andrew Lloyd Webber family,
if we're doing it in 10 years
dream.
Again in Vienna, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, perfect. I'll keep this. We'll see if the show's still going at that point. But yeah, this has been so fun. How can people stay in touch with you on all the things you do and future shows you're going to work on, and 10 years from now, your next Grizabella experience?
In 10 years, I will let you know. It's on Instagram. Like I post most of the time, everything. So that's like Denise _ Jastraunig.
Awesome. We will tag that so that way people can find it. This has been so much fun. Thank you for coming on and sharing your experience.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And thanks everyone else for listening to this episode of The Wrong Cat Died, the podcast breakdown of the catastrophe. To follow along, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any else podcast. Follow us on social media at The Wrong Cat Died, or check our website, thewrongcatdied.com.